Welcome, Zane. How are you?
I'm very well, thank you, Deb. Lovely to meet you.
Nice to see you, and so glad to be sitting today here and having this conversations. And I know before the camera turned on, we had a good conversation around what you've been doing. But for the audience, if you can just talk about not what you're doing right now, but your story, the genesis.
Yeah, obviously one of the key points to start with is that I'm an NDIS participant. I was born with cerebral palsy as a result of a brain hemorrhage that I had around about the time of my birth. But I've always been someone who has made a point of being really connected to society and mainstream communities, and from a very early part of my life I've remained determined to ensure that other people with disabilities are given the same opportunity that I have to participate meaningfully in everyday life.
Could you talk more on your younger days in life and how was growing up in the communities and going to school, and how was that experience for you?
It's a great question. I was born in a small country town called Ararat in Western Victoria, and as a very young man and as a family we found it very difficult to access therapy services without travelling an hour and a half to Ballarat in order to access those services. So by the time I reached school age, we decided to move to Geelong, where those services were more readily available and more commonplace. So at that point we decided that I was going to attend mainstream education, which I did.
Which year was that?
Sorry?
From which year?
So I started school in 1987.
Okay.
And went all the way through, completed my VCE and did half of a law degree
Congrats.
before I decided to take up a couple of work opportunities, and the money appealed to me more than the degree did. I moved on. But I think, talking about that early part of my life, mainstream education, for one, did not have the same level of support, the same level of infrastructure to support a young person with a disability the way that we do through the opportunity that the NDIS and the other services that we now have in the community provide. So I think we are moving forward, and we have moved a long way forward in the last 25 or 30 years.